What up, what up?
What up, y'all?
Damn, Peter R, what's going down, son? Dropping bricks. I see you found the Power Stone. Very
Oh,
nice. Very nice.
is he gonna try to collect it all and wipe everybody out?
He's trying to.
Peter Arbon meeting the opening of the church. Salty.
Church is in session.
Church is in session. Oh,
That's Mutley.
all right.
Alright, alright. So what's up, all? How you guys doing after the last couple shows? Heard some really good shit, seen some really badass indicators.
Only
Um,
some DMIs.
Seen some DMIs coming out of the DMI special, are pretty badass. You guys putting some your own touches on it, very cool. I seen some of you back engineer a few other indicators, very
Hell
creative.
yeah. Get on how to like improve on stuff. That's what's up.
Bodak yo yo, chance to have respect. All right, so good to see everybody, man. So tell me, guys, what kind of interesting things have you evolved, or questions you have from our last show? Because we definitely covered a lot of stuff. If you watched the last Dastardly Worlds and the Indicator special, you got a lot of content that you had to kind of go over a few times. So tell me some revelations. Let's have a convo on this show. We have some interesting stuff we're going to talk about with some of what's going on in the media right now. We'll get to that in a minute.
Let's see.
What do
Let's
you guys
see.
think about the What do you guys think about the what up, Egg? Um, what do you think about what's going on right now with those e-pens and all that crazy shit with them kids dropping?
That is some raw stuff happening.
A lot of crazy shit going on right now, and the speed at which like the federal government's about to move against it is probably the fastest thing we've ever seen ever. Um, Definitely think it's a little bit sus, but it's
Really
something we should
sus,
talk
man.
about. Munir, respect, boss. Thanks for the bits. Thanks all for the bits before the show even got started. You guys are crazy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we see some crazy shit in the news right now. We had a good conversation about where the markets were, recession talk and shit on the last streams, and you've seen what happened since we talked about it, right? Market literally popped directly out of the base box range where everybody was shitting their pants that we're going to crash. And now we have Trump and China playing nicey to some degree on the conversation, but still no deal. We got crazy shit in marijuana, crazy shit with China. So we got two different worlds we can take a look at. Probably take a look at them both. But what do you
Like
guys think?
USD, one was like sliding.
Say it again.
USD, one was sliding.
Yeah, you need to keep that guy in focus and volatility. Um,
Octen Tendre uh, said question funded by tobacco industry as far as
Interesting question. I like that. Octandra, we're gonna touch that probably. Right, the law changes, register, right? Okay, so you guys caught that too, right? They're like people getting shot in mass shootings every fucking week, and there's no proposition for anything. 6 people die from e-pen fluid. What they say is vitamin E in the fluid for marijuana e-pens. And they move to restrict the actual vaping devices, which gives an advantage to anybody that's going to be regulated, which is likely the big tobacco. So they conflated the marijuana fluid with the devices that are delivering, e-fluid in any market. It doesn't make sense what they mix together. Like the marijuana fluid is like a bad batch. It's like a bad batch of heroin got out in the marketplace, and they took that to restrict like the type of aspirin you could buy. Like it doesn't make sense what they've got there. You've got tainted fluid killing people, and you're going to go directly after the device. That who does it benefit to have a regulated device in the market? Right now, I believe Juul is your only guy that's like, quote unquote, was looked at by the government and had some kind of FDA guidance on fucking having a product in the marketplace. And I think you're trying to get to where you don't have that competition, right, to fuck with them. You have to go through the channels that make them their money. Just like they're trying to make sure, CBD is coming from a place that they get their fucking cut and it's not in the street anymore. So, yeah, I definitely thought the regulation speed looked fucking crazy. Right, Peter, I warned you guys in the channel about the fluid one day in the church about fucking watch out for this shit right now. There's something in that fluid and you don't know what it is, and that's the big danger. You had a lot of nicotine fluid too that was coming from fucking places in China. God knows what the fuck it was suspended in, and people are vaporizing a liquid into their lungs that you don't know what it is. Although all the vials look alike, so you can't even tell what the fuck. So thanks, Peter. You're fucking hilarious. But yeah, they've got it in a crazy fucking spot where you take these cartridges and you don't know if you've got poison in the cartridge or if you've got what you said you got, and they've weaponized that to go after the actual device itself, which I think is ultimately a big tobacco type deal. If you look at it, who benefits from any kind of law change at that speed, and when the fuck has Trump ever gotten any kind of law or anybody gotten a response to anything like this at this kind of speed? There's money involved in it, now who's going to be the beneficiary? It's the thing. So let's see. All right, we got good old gold up there in Roger's ass. We'll look at that guy later. Let's look at marijuana as a sector or industry. Use the Winternomics.eth, and it's been getting murdered.
Yep.
So I thought about this, and I was like, man, you talk about the perfect FUD storm, right? You're using marijuana e-pen desk to FUD like a different side of the fucking, delivery market. It likely has, let's get it, monthly time frame, that's too big. Going to daily, look at this. So this is ETF for weed. I'll take a look slightly higher. So in the lifetime of this thing, pretty clear the range he's got, right? It's really just there. Box range, big old one. Weed is at a relative low point in its life cycle as far as the sector ETF goes. And we're looking at this guy since 2015. For the adoption of marijuana that's out there in the medical world, even my mother told me today that she had had a doctor talk to her about like looking at CBD for, something. And I'm like, she doesn't fuck with weed on any level. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's just everywhere. They're willing to suggest it to anyone for anything. And I think that's pretty nuts. The adoption of weed is like you wish Bitcoin would be adopted. Everybody and their mom's ready to fucking do CBD and get creams and give their dogs treats and shit like that. Weed's fucking everywhere. And now you've got FUD. They've actually found a way to finally kill a motherfucker smoking weed by giving him fucking weed suspended in bullshit fluid. And, actually found a way to cause marijuana-related deaths to start actually happening. I've been in that game for over 2 decades, and I literally can't believe that finally when weed is legal, this is when people are fucking dying, right? It's nuts. So, at a relative low point, this is interesting, and the FUD is fucking epic at this point. When did the death start? Like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
About a week ago it's been going on?
Yes, indeed.
We are, right here, 11th, so... Yeah, basically, I think you could safe to say it's pretty much right here on the base. This whole base range is coming from it. But if we go like a week ago, it's like, it's like there. This is where the FUD is. That marijuana is actually finally killing people. And people who are like older and stuff like that, they're not even paying as close attention to the fact that they're conflating the two things together to kind of attack a certain segment of the market. It's just going to sound like marijuana is bad. And that's the kind of FUD you want. With the whole industry doing like dog shit like this for 2019, people are getting murdered in there, just like shitcoins. There's no safe haven. Most of your crypto plebs are like either going to be in shitcoins or running to marijuana, and there was no safe place this year. They got fucked up in both places. So now the FUD is good, and I think marijuana is definitely out of favor with a performance like this. He's gone down and double bottom with like the fucking low of 2018, and when PPT had to save the whole market. You're literally in the trenches of hell. This is
Yep.
where the central bank intervened in the stock market, it was getting plowed. If you look at the triple Qs, this is the Nasdaq, right? That's where you were getting fucking plowed into the grave, and the PPT stepped in, and that's the same place marijuana is at on a fucking huge 4-year range. So worth watching the FUD that's going on in that guy. There's some fucking stocks in here that look fucking worse than shitcoins. You ever seen this guy, Tilray? This is the shitcoin of marijuana. I mean, he's just fucking annihilated, but he's back where he came from. Definitely not the best of breed, but there's guys in this space that have taken a fucking beating. I think what was ACB fucking did pretty good today. He beat earnings, a little bit of a pop on that guy. Some of these guys aren't all terrible, but might be time to fucking peek at that shit, given the fact that they're lighting up with the kind of FUD they are, and the FUD is likely for fucking the benefit of big tobacco. Probably won't be a lasting impact in marijuana, because we already know it's a shit fluid they're using that's causing it. But yeah, look at some of these old historic guys, the Crons and these dudes. They're down in interesting places, right? They're definitely in zones of, where's my fucking volume profile on this bitch? Hang on a sec. Let me get something. Where's my volume profile keep going? There you are. Oh, what the hell is that setting? Secret settings. No, I'm kidding. Just fucking mess. What's that indicator? Don't you ever ask me that again. See, until you know how it is indicator, I don't want to hear that. What's that indicator using, Kaz? What's that color changing thingy? Can I get it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Okay, there we go. I already got profile up. So, huge volume zone in fucking like Cronus and shit like that. Like the peak volume zone is where you are, huh?
Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah, camera one was a little bit blurry.
So, okay. It's hard to keep me all in focus. Can I say?
Focus, man.
Yeah, I saw Gronk came out talking about CBD. Did you see that? Like, CBD is like looking like when all the rap stars showed up to fucking pump a coin. It's looking kind of crazy, and then look at what marijuana looks like at the same fucking time, right? It doesn't look like the cycle when fucking all the rappers came out to talk about buying shit coins in 2017, right? You were in a major bull swing, but marijuana is getting fucking murdered while fucking everybody and mom is fucking finding CBD to be a life-saving drug of the century, So it's an interesting thing. Looking at crime, that actually looks not too terrible, right? Let's get some marker colors for you guys. I know you like my dazzling drawing skills. Why did you just come out of my studio? You still there?
Yeah.
I just came out of another speaker for no fucking reason. So yeah, we look at this guy. You can see it, clear as day shockwave, right? Oh, that's terrible. And then you got your floor there, retest right there. Another clear shockwave is clearly right here. Right, it hasn't really gone anywhere. And you're retesting now inside that in a high volume zone. And both of these guys might as well be together. Like the fucking price didn't do shit, right, this entire fucking time. You've just been stuck here. And you've landed really on a retest of that. So let me get a better fucking drawing tool. I'm not telling Cron is like the best of breed or anything like that, but just give you an idea of where some of the guys in space have gotten to with the combined FUD, it's interesting. So I think the FUD is definitely for big tobacco, but it has a dual purpose at this timing, with where things are in this market. It's definitely interesting. But this is why we call this up in smoke, because, the game is smoke right now.
Yep. If I could do the Cheech Martin impression, I would.
Cheech Martin, you can go for it, but it might be considered racist. And even this guy doesn't even look that good, but do the same things, he's stepping. and he's put in a new high here, and he's broken it here. So all this has to do is hold this level, right, to be possible to bounce back up. So while the industry's at base, this guy's a little bit off the base. This could be a higher low if he goes back out the top, but we'll see.
And you got
interesting stuff.
I said you got Carrot Therapeutics looking similar as well too with Excel.
Yeah, CBD shops, and I don't know. One of the things I think when you isolate the CBD from weed, you don't get the effects you used to. Like I said, back in the late '90s, you would see documentaries with like old cancer patients talking about the miracles that weed did for them, and being able to eat in stage 4 cancer while getting treatments that are making them sick daily, and real late term HIV AIDS patients that couldn't eat that unless they smoked weed. You never hear that anymore. Hell, weed doesn't even really make you even want to eat anymore. It's so different. It's just super high THC with the CBD pretty much driven into the ground, so that they have a market to now sell CBD products like that as they've isolated, and everyone's got their legal recreational weed. But the reality is, if you look at the rec market, that pot is really high THC with no CBD in it. And that's what medical marijuana is supposed to be. So when you go get medical marijuana, if the marijuana CBD is down to the ground, then that's not medical marijuana anymore. You have to go get the CBD, isolate that they have. And that was always the game from the days of Marinol. They wanted to be able to sell the key ingredient in it. So the rec market has actually facilitated so much competition. It's fucking, destroyed the actual fucking medicinal value of pot, and now you need this purified CBD they've taken out of it. They've changed the entire pot market without people really realizing it. If everyone who had high grade, which is everywhere now, was smoking weed full of CBD, how the hell would you sell anybody CBD? No one's even given that any real thought. Like, they had to do something in order to make the CBD market work. And the recreational market and its competition was the magic trick. When do you think everyone really got the best weed on the planet now legally everywhere? That's crazy.
Yeah.
The people never get what they want. So you probably got something different, right? If you think about it. Anyway.
Everybody being able to get that high grade weed. Yeah,
ask yourselves if you can even find low grade anymore. You can't even find that. It's just high grade. And it's like this high THC or that high THC, but it doesn't knock you out and put you to sleep on the couch anymore, then that's not fucking bud. It's something else. It's this uppy, energetic bullshit. But the main deal was to make you think you got pot and split the CBD out of it so they could sell that and commoditize it and put prices on it that don't even make fucking sense. You've seen shit that, like, what, they can fucking give you a child supply of anti-seizure medicines, $32,000. That's bonkers. You know how much pot that buys? It's fucking crazy. If the pot had CBD, you just wouldn't have a market for this.
That's a lot. I never heard of a Red Bull weed before. Get you all energetic.
Right. People talking about smoking and going to fucking work out. Like, the fuck? Like, have you smoked pot? That's not what's supposed to happen. You might kill yourself with a dumbbell when you smoke the shit I did in the 90s. Like, you drop that shit in your fucking face. That's a horrible idea. Smoke pot and do athletics? The hell are you smoking? That's fucking crazy, bro. Right. CBD market estimated $18 billion. It was worth it to fucking make the rec market. You know what CBD is going to be worth across 30 fucking years? Hell, 20-year-old kids right now, y'all don't even know what fucking real pot is. The pot you're getting is a spliced, genetically fucked with bullshit that has jacked up THC and reduced CBD. If you were still, if you've seen old documentaries from like the late 90s, you would see like old cancer patient women smoking weed in their rooms. And you weren't going to sell them any fucking pill. They had the fucking CBD in the fucking joint already. You weren't going to sell them anything else. You had to get rid of it. Cocaine-induced weed. Dude, there's some weird shit they're selling out there, man. When you go to some of these dispensaries and talk about, well, what kind of mood did you want? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, I just want some fucking grass, bitch. The fuck are you trying to sell me? All good, Wayfair.
Not weed.
It's not weed, and the fact that everyone thinks they're smoking high grade. You look at all these like teeny bopper girls that are smoking like a blunt of like high grade, bruh. In 1997, if you smoked a blunt of what the fuck I had called high grade and you weighed 115 pounds as a chick, I'm gonna fucking possibly take you to the ER.
Yeah.
You aren't gonna wake the fuck up.
You'd be comatose for a month, man.
They call it getting stuck in a tree. Like, weed was called dope because it made you dopey. It doesn't make you dopey anymore. It fucking makes you energetic. The whole thing's crazy as fuck. Respect real Goatman. So it's just, but no one's paying attention to it because everyone's like, well, I got the pod. I mean, the stuff they were locking people up for all these years ago was because they didn't have a way to monetize it the way they wanted. And the rec market is really not the play. It's medical. It's always about medicine. It's always about fucking, comfort of life. What you can price something out when somebody's worried about their health is so much different than when it's about recreation, So the CBD isolate for a child that's having seizures can be priced at 32 fucking stacks, a fucking year, because what will you do for your child's fucking health? You pay through your fucking nose. And so now you have a market they control, and everyone thinks they have pot, but slowly everyone's starting to have these versions of pot that don't have CBD in it, and they've cornered the market in CBD in front of everyone's face by giving them recreational legal weed and fucking fooling them all into the fact that they got the shit that no one could get their hands on in the 90s. It's definitely not that.
And it's like they can't even tell the difference at all because they don't have anything to compare it with. It's like that's the only weed that they know. This.
I mean, I think, if you look at what you see too, everyone is obsessed with like the THC fucking levels in the pot now, which is crazy. These 20 or some odd percent THCs. The E-pens are all pure THC, right? There's no CBD in the E-pens. You're just huffing fucking psychoactive THC, getting like a head high for 10, 15 minutes, bro. That's not smoking pot. And they commercialized it, turned this into a fucking joke. When I was last in Jamaica, I was talking to some Rastas down there, and they literally looked at the pictures I showed them of what's in the States, and the guy's like, that's not marijuana. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, it's not ganja. I'm like, yeah, it is. He's like, I mean, it looks crazy. It's some fucking genetically augmented shit. He's like, no, that's not weed. And it took me a while to fucking realize they weren't wrong. It's not that shit. When I came back from Jamaica and smoked here, it almost killed me. I'm like, the hell is this? Because I'd been blazing the whole time down there. I'm like, something's different. But the fact that everyone's got it, and if you know anything about rule of the atom, everybody can't have value, then everybody does not have the best ganja on the planet. No way. And you just have to think about it real quick. Like, how does it normally work when the people get their hands on something? It's the watered down version of things. Something's usually wrong. Dude, everyone's pushing it. They got CBD snacks for your fucking dog. The shit's entirely out of control right now. Like, it went from fucking lock up every brown guy selling pot to like feed it to fucking Garfield and fucking your pet dog Odie. It's crazy.
Your kids and anybody else. Yeah.
What does it look like? I mean, it's not so much what it looks like. It's the chemical levels of what's in there. You should have fucking like a ratio of like something like 4-1 THC to CBD. It doesn't fucking do that anymore. You got CBD where you can literally have 0% in there, fucker, down to 0.05. Shit that's like fucking next to nothing. The whole reason if CBD is the thing that's the medicine in pot, and we push for legal marijuana because pot has CBD in it, then why the fuck isn't there CBD in your pot anymore? Think about it. Now everyone's got the pot. You'd never have a CBD market with the amount of marijuana that's everywhere. You'd never have to buy that shit. It's in the fucking pot, right? Or maybe not. Think about it. They literally killed the CBD that made medical marijuana a reason to be legalized, made it recreational, and now you have to go buy CBD on its own. With legal weed everywhere, does that make sense to fucking anybody? It should be everywhere. It's not. And no one's come to that fucking determination. They've somehow done the biggest switcheroo in pot on the planet, and no one's realized that they fucking dropped fucking CBD off a cliff and now created a fucking $18 billion fucking medical market for it and commercialize it from fucking dog snacks to whatever the fuck else to body lotion. Totally crazy.
Crazy shit, man. Damn.
Makes you wonder what it was like before they fucking decided to fuck with like cocaine and it was just the leaves. Maybe there's other things in the leaves that went with it that made it not as crazy as what they turned into and they purified it. If they get their hands on psilocybin right now, God knows what they're gonna fucking do to that,
Shit, they did that shit with wheat and all that shit that you've been talking about. It's like crazy. Anything. Yeah.
So, anyhow, some ideas to talk about there. Let's look at some other stuff. There's a Litecoin over there. I don't know how to hit grandma. So I know I did something good here for where's Dow Jones? Dow Jones right here. Okay, so check out Dow Jones. Remember we were talking, where did I do that chart for the NAS last week? I did on the NAS, didn't I? IXIC. Tell me I did on that. Damn it. Where did I put that box range on the NAS last week? Was it the Qs I did it on? Did one for you guys in the show. I thought that was a NASDAQ. Maybe it's S&P 500. Nope.
Yeah, I thought it was the QQQs.
I thought it was a QQQ that drove box range in that bitch. Maybe it's not this chart. Hold on. It might be a different chart. One sec.
Remember I screenshot it because I saw tiny.
Yeah, I just don't know which chart template that was in. Let me look. No.
Gen-X goes, that doesn't look like a bull market.
It doesn't look like a bull market, not at all. What are you talking about? Let's cash shitcoins. Let's all get plowed into the earth together. Because at least we're all dead together, right? That makes it better.
Yeah, let's all hold hands. Sing Kumbaya. We're all gonna die. The index shitcoins.
Let's see. What the hell is going on here? I think it's on this one. Let's see. Oop. Damn it, Jackson. I can't find where I did it. Wasn't it NASDAQ I did it with? I was pretty sure. Maybe it was the NAS 100. You know what? I'm probably a retard. I think it was that. Nope. Oh, well, we'll just do it again. Fuck. Can't remember which template it was. I might have deleted this until I go to my active charts. Damn, I did this on like every fucking chart with the one I wanted. Okay, well then a big deal. Alright, so this is just the macro. I've been drawing these bubbles around. So this was, yeah, you know what? It was this chart, because there's the 4%. I deleted that box. That was my fault. So like in the last show, we boxed in this guy.
Yeah, that's right.
It's this one. Yeah, hop off the high worry. So we talked about this range, right? Last show was 2 weeks ago. So we were right at the end of August. We were right in the heart of the box range. So here's like August 28th. And that's why I said, you know, we looked at where we were. We're like, well, okay, we're right there. We're down to this level. So it's this candle. So this was August 29th. That's where we were. So that's the last show. And then you talk about, well, what's in this box, right? Everyone's screaming fucking recession, recession, recession is all that you're fucking hearing right here, right?
Everybody in your mama's, man. Yep.
Right? That's what's in there. Huge sentiment of like, oh my God, it's about to end. You know, look at some of the news flow. News flow's been crazy.
Yep.
Recession. My bad, I caps locked that. Look, Trump approval rating on economy falls during recession fears. 15 hours ago. U.S. government bonds fall and supply grows. Recession fears dim. Right? Trump's approval. This is all fucking just coming out. Recession, recession, recession. 1 day ago, 10 hours ago.
Recession everywhere.
Recession, recession, recession. Are you fucking serious? Do you know what it fucking looks like when you're about to go into a recession?
Come on, that's so
This is where people have recession fears at? After that here, I need a bigger time frame. The fuck are you talking about? That? So let's look where we are, right? Let's go back to the internet bubble. Why don't I have more on this? Oh fuck. Let me use the other one. Okay, good. So this is the internet bubble. Alright, and we climax out on the NASDAQ right going into like March of 2000. When Cisco fucks up on their earnings and falls flat, right? And we know there's real problems in tech. So you're like, this is an all-time high at this time that nobody knows where it's going to end at. But I can tell you this. the kind of sentiment you need in like this box range for this to become Armageddon is fucking Dow Jones 20,000. That's what was happening at this time. DJI. At this time, right, your biggest bulls in the internet bubble era were telling everybody that we're going to fucking Dow 20,000 because the psychological barrier was hitting Dow 10,000. This is Dow 10,000 right here. So when Dow 10,000 happened, right, the obvious next big number, just think about like Bitcoin. Bitcoin 10,000, Bitcoin 20,000, right? So you get the same stupid fucking numerologist showed up in here saying the same dumb shit. Take that off. And Dow 20,000 took a long fucking time to show itself, right? Fucking chopped into pieces. One of the guys who was made famous for calling Dow 10,000 Joe the Bull Battipaglia literally got a heart attack and fucking died when it came off a cliff. Was found in, well, they said it was a heart attack, maybe somebody killed his ass. It was found in his pool with some crazy shit. But then it fucking, you have your housing bubble and then fucking stop run. Everybody and their mom gets fucking ejected out of the fucking market that survived the internet bubble. If you survive, fuck you, get out. Now, let's play ball. So the sentiments that were going on here when you're at the topping of a market was Dow 20,000 right here. Think about that right there, right? Armageddon came next. But right now in this exact same location, or a similar place, right, really high up here, this is recession? Think about it. What looks fucking wrong with this picture to you?
Crazy.
When everybody says Dow 20,000, everyone and their mom's a day trader. Right here, recession, that means nobody and their mom ever bought this motherfucker because they hated Obama and they hated Trump. So now they just wish it would come down so I can get Bitcoin cheap, right? That's the only time motherfuckers say that shit's when they don't got it. So right now, you got a bunch of people telling you they don't got the biggest pump in fucking history up here. Trump does anything right and any hair of a fucking deal works out, every fucking short person is gonna fucking be in the streets by morning. Peter Arb on fire.
Seriously.
Now why did that sound effect? Is that sound still there? Because my sound went.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it either, right? Oh, wait a minute. I know why. Say something, Henry.
That's us.
Yeah, you should be coming out of there. I don't know why you're coming out of two places at once. Ask you, did y'all hear that emote when it went off?
Everybody singing that whole, cause I got recession.
You didn't hear the sound of that fucking, that last emote, right? It was silent. I don't know how that, I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying no. They're saying no, they don't know.
I have no idea how that could have turned off. Y'all hearing our sound still though, but you didn't hear that sound. Wait, are you guys hearing our voices? Okay. I wonder how the emote just died. That must be some kind of an error. Yeah, I saw that. Might be having problems. That was weird. So, anyways, yeah. So our sentiment structure is fucking crazy when we look at this. I was in the housing bubble too, and this time I was a lender, and the sentiments up here for the bull market that was driving this was fucking the flip market of flipping real estate, flipping contracts. You could go buy a contract at a bill site and sell that to another person before fucking ground is broken for a markup. At that time, like in 2007, when real danger was coming, this entire piece of the market right here just didn't think real estate would stop, and this is where easy credit's starting to disappear underneath people, and they don't realize it. There was no real fucking thought that this could fucking come apart and fucking destroy your ass like it did. Like, no one saw this housing bubble coming. That's why anybody who fucking warned about the banking crisis is considered a legend, because it blindsided everybody, just like this did. Nobody saw this fucking coming. Now, the whole planet knows a recession's right here. You fucking kidding me? Like, really? What fucking geniuses?
Everybody's a genius now.
Right. And in this part, market couldn't stop. This is Dow 20,000 sentiment, you know? But up here, at the end of this, the whole planet knows there's a recession here. It'd be the best call in history by a collective audience ever. Could it happen? Maybe. Doubtfully. So, something to think about, right? And the media is pushing that real hard, pushing marijuana FUD real hard. A lot of different kind of interesting FUD, you know, and this is how your money goes up in fucking smoke. You like the way I worked that in there, didn't you? Yeah, buddy.
It's
Just like
like one of those TV shows and movies where they say the title.
you know, I was all happy when fucking Strange worked Endgame in there.
You should have looked straight in the mirror when you I meant the camera when you said that.
Be careful, freedom of speech use may get you banned.
Who's this person? No. Is this Van Hamo? Or
What are you talking about? I didn't say anything offensive in any way.
is you offended? I am content with the truth.
Damn right I got the punchline in.
But bump. And
I am contempt. Explain.
speech.
Coming to my channel telling me I'm going to get banned, you need to explain yourself. Because that usually is a threat, so. Go ahead and make some sense, or we're going to make some sense out of you. See any other questions that came in here? Do you guys have any questions from the last shows you saw? Some of the applications, any comments about some of the stuff you've tried to do since you guys tried to make your own indicators and stuff?
I mean, he hate me zero confirmed. Like my chiropractor has been pushing CBD for like 4 months now.
Dude, everybody's pushing it's like, it's the craziest. Dude, when my fucking late 70s mom tells me that people are offering her that shit at her doctor, I'm like, what? And like, it's just not something that she would even entertain the conversation of had it brought up. And she said, they're really like pushing this on me. I'm like, what? Like, the fuck?
It's like a drug pusher now.
It sounds like a drug pusher, yeah. It's like, you know. Is the option okay? I'm the Pope wrote me a fucking book. Let's see. I've been getting into options, but there's a lot I don't understand. Is the options volume something you consider when choosing which one you'll trade? I'm struggling with how to tie that and post. And the post you made a while ago about time perception and time decay together to choose the right option. We'd really appreciate your help. Options trading is extremely advanced. You know, if you're at the point, it's probably the most advanced thing you can get to. I can't do an options course on Twitch, but you know, understanding theta, delta, rho, gamma, vega, and how to select it per the time frame of the underlying asset, like that's as high a level as it gets. I would say that like if you've just gotten there, you know, there's a good website you can get some basics. It's 888 Options Council. They give you just the basics of what those things are, what theta, delta, gamma, rho, and you know, are, and how they react to the underlying assets movement. I would start there and give yourself a little background. You're walking in, you don't want to start, if you don't know what you're doing, don't start trying to, you know, trade derivatives with next to no information. That's just like going to shitcoins and start trading before you know what a stop loss is. If you're telling me that, you don't start trading them yet until you understand all of the Greeks a lot better than you do right now. And like I said, there's a good free resource from the Options Council. You can go to 888 Options, Google that, and then you can go and read through just basic characteristics of options there and give yourself some kind of a background. But yeah, if you're writing it, like if it sounds like the way you wrote it, don't start trading those till you have some kind of framework.
Weird advice.
Indeed, CBDs at Walgreens. It's just like really, bro? CBDs at fucking Walgreens? Like the fuck? Yeah, it's crazy. It just it turned to a fucking fad. Instead of seeming like a medicine, like it's on things that don't have any medicinal anything. It's like CBD coffee. Like, bro, you only CBD in every motherfucking thing out there.
It's crazy to see, man. I had like an aunt that was like, so like anti-drug, anti-fucking weed, CBD and shit like that. And but then because everybody starts doing this, like then they start giving it a try. It's like, oh, now it's okay. I don't understand. I thought you demonized this thing, but y'all are okay with it now. Okay, it's crazy.
So, anyways, let's cover sentiments, I guess, on major indexes. Lots of interesting shit going on there.
Oh, you got a question from V713281, I guess.
The
Uh,
Okay, could you explain hedging
could
with two
you?
assets that behave similar? You went over in the stream that got taken down, I think. So hedging with assets that react similar. Well, if you're trading inside one space, unless you're trading financials and they are relatively correlated, we talked about like using like index ETFs to maybe hedge against something that had high correlation to the underlying ETF, and or you could use options to hedge. There's a lot of ways to hedge. So if you have a position you just don't want to unwind, you have the choice of hedging with like if you're long, you can hedge with puts. You can sell calls against the position, generate theta decay. You can trade the index ETF that contains it and trade as a hedge against it. There's a lot of things you can do. Let me think about what I can show you here. See, I did give you a website last time. Let me see if I can find it for you. SPDR. This site's pretty cool. Really basic site. It's a home site for the spiders. God damn it.
I recently saw commercials for them.
Ah, not this. The hell is that? Huh? For what?
For SPDR, select sector. Yeah.
And in here they got a tool. Where is it at? Spider tools. Correlation tracker. So what I'd shown you the last time was that let's just grab let's grab somebody like a Citigroup. And you say, who's Citigroup like correlated to? Like, what's he in? It's gonna be the XLF, right? Financials. So he's got a 93% correlation, so he's pretty highly correlated. So he's pretty much gonna do move for move of what that thing does. Where am I at on this guy here? So let's clear some of this shit out. All right, and he's a component of XLF. So we got a clean trend on him. This is his high time frame stuff, right? He's in a clear uptrend, and this is his most recent pullback. If he goes and breaks again, he can be whatever. What's he up to right there? So what's he in? He's in the XLF. Structurally, kind of very similar. And what you're looking at is like if you're trading something that's highly correlated, rather than selling the asset, you could trade against it. You could actually have Citicorp long and then short him into Citicorp XLF. If you can time this right, Citicorp XLF. Basically, hedge it with the XLF and try to play a fucking counterweight in it to keep your Citi position open and unwind your XLF side of it. There's definitely a lot more things I guess I'd have to know about what you're trying to do this versus like using options to do it. There's so many ways to hedge it. If using a correlated asset, it really just works out to diversifying against it, right? If Citicorp is your best of breed, he'll probably outperform his base index. And if you're going to go ahead and trade against it in that index, it's going to probably have a lower beta. It's not going to move as much in either direction. but can let you trade basically right against the position with a similar asset to, hedge off some damage if you're going to endure a pullback. So let's put just the XLF on here. And then we'll overlay that. So there'll be an optimum time to fucking hit XLF, CXLF if you look at this guy. Like, where's the best place to hit him? If you're trading these guys and they're highly correlated, right, you're going to want to pick up XLF at a timely point on a short that's going to give you an advantage and soften some of the pullback damage of Citicorp. So you need to work out your areas where you're likely to see him stall and, project ranges that make sense. Citicorp is probably not my best chart for this, just since he's in a straight trend straight up like this. If I could take him to a lower time frame. The thing that you need to know is how to weight it correctly. Citicorp is trading at $28. XLF is trading at XLF is trading at $20. Citicorp is trading at $68. So Citicorp to XLF. If I have 100 shares of Citicorp, how much XLF do I need? Is what this tells you. All right. The XLF, I'm going to need like 2.4 times as much shares of Citi to XLF to have a perfect hedge. Now, about where you put that hedge on is going to matter. So, like, where you determine, good resistance areas are, places that you're likely to experience stalls in the price, to make shorting into the financial ETF a good idea as a hedge for Citigroup. So, in this case right now, Citigroup is pumping towards probably a pretty decent place for him to stall out. Is this high-ass volume area he's going to run into right here. And it's a good place to at least fucking, fuck off for a second. In that world, a good short on him, right now, XLF's actually already there. He's at the first level of it, but you've got this shockwave up above. So when Citigroup reaches into this cloud of volume, he probably could be a little bit higher up here and then work out to be a good possible, counter short against Citigroup, and while leaving Citigroup open if he pulls back out of this. So if he pumps into this and then pulls that move, short on him in the right ratio with Citigroup's balance to balance out Citigroup at 2.45 or whatever it's going to be when he gets here, would be the place to play the counter wave structure with something with a 93% correlation. That is probably one of the harder ways to go about hedging your play also, but that explains that for you.
Ooh, that's a lot right there.
That was a lot. Holy crap, on the 09 death of C. Yeah. Oh yeah, banking crisis is something serious, man.
Everybody should know somebody though. When that happens.
Sequencing just closed a 15x R&R. See, I told your ass in the chat you jinxed yourself when you said that bitch out loud. But congrats, dude. Good shit on that fucking index play. And a 5x R&R on NASDAQ. US 30 index was similar to DJI. Sick shit, man. You killed the indexes. Good job. My bad, Henry. You did a good job.
No. I was saying the same thing on Kinson. Awesome shit.
So register, that made sense to you?
That was a lot. I know for a fact that I'm gonna go back. Oh, at least somebody clipped that. Don't forget to clip. Don't forget
you see
to
something
clip.
good. You see something good. Don't forget to clip it if you see it. Sometimes we don't call it out. But yeah, that was one good. That was a pretty good question. So, all right. So some interesting stuff we see out there sentiment-wise. Indexes, marijuana. But yeah, right now the FUD has been so good, and we're sitting on all-time highs, and it's pretty remarkable to see how many people are trying to call the end of this. You see how many people are trying to call one alt season since 2018's crash, and they're still doing it into the grave. And you see how many people are trying to call the top of a 10-year bull market. You just can't possibly think that either one of these fucking crowds of people are the smart money in the system.
Nope, not at all.
Again, this is the Dow Jones on real high time frames, monthly. What are people talking about? Linear? Logarithmic? You really look at it like, what the fuck are people talking about?
What are people scared?
Right there. There's the recession. Right there. You sure?
Do y'all know how long that is?
Right. Just remember. This is supposed to be Dow 20,000, never stop. This is supposed to be a never-ending fucking housing boom. But this one over here. Oh, god damn it. Fucking drive me crazy, that thing. Well, that lost its effect on timing, but you get what the fuck I'm doing. Shut up, Mutley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I can't stop laughing.
Question mark? Maybe, right? Both of these are the most uber bullish moments in two different markets, in stocks and in real estate. And this one, the world thinks the world is ending. Really look at this picture and think about that shit. If it breaks high, some people will look real fucking foolish. So, from these time periods, right, from the end of the last great run to this moment over here, because this is really just an anomaly in the housing boom. Most people who are calling a recession right now didn't play this. And it's literally May 1999, right, to it's 20 years perfect. Do you know how old you might be if you're still alive before you see anything like this shit again?
Yeah, man.
This is a lifetime for most of us. If you left college here, you're in your 40s, right? If you're in your 40s now, you won't be around to care by the time another one rolls around. This is the kind of thing you play in a once in a generation. You don't get tons of chances at things like this. And it's amazing to watch the kind of insanity people have had in trying to participate in something that really, looking at this, I mean, can anyone identify the trend structure of this guy? Just like we've been looking at shockwaves and pumps. This isn't the annotated version, but this one's nice and clean, so you can really look at it and be like, what are people really doing? Forget about what the news flow is of all of this.
Your laptop camera's up.
Pointed at me. But yeah, if you really look at it, you've got one big fucking shockwave here, one big fucking shockwave here, and one big fucking shockwave here.
Yep.
Mark up here. Alright? And you're dealing with that right now, right? Potential of how far this goes. We've done this a few times on the show. Oh, stop. The fuck happened to that? How far this guy goes, right? And within this thing, this little blue bubble up here, that's the recession that's coming. It really should. It's so crazy. They get it right, I stand corrected. But right now, I've seen this movie a few times. The chances aren't really good that the whole crowd got it right. The only person that can make them right is fucking Trump by throwing a fucking sledgehammer through the whole fucking place on Twitter. But beyond that,
Now, how about that one?
not really good. Huh?
That index.
What index?
The Trump index.
Oh my god. So you guys see that Volvife, the Trump fucking volatility? It's some bad shit when you gotta come up with a way to fucking come up with a hedge for his tweets, because it's throwing everybody in the volatility markets, into fucking complete chaos. VIX traders are getting fucking annihilated by the shit he's doing on Twitter. It's pretty crazy. So it's like anything in the world to try and fucking take out some of the fucking risk that he's creating. Pretty interesting market, pretty interesting times, all-time high, but it's all-time high nonetheless.
Yep.
Clip's too long now. You waited, Simmons. Slack it. Damn, son.
It's been going on for like 100 or so years.
Majority stays on the wrong side of the trade. Voices fade out and new voices come in, but the same side of the trade sticks for dumb money. Right. And everyone's missed a 10-year bull market of epic proportions, so all they can do is come down so they can have their chance. And that's all it ever is. You remember when Bitcoin was leaving like 1,000 to 5,000? Everybody that you knew outside of the marketplace, if you talked to them, would kind of like, is it crashed yet? Is it crashed yet? Because they want a chance to buy it cheaper, right? If they're in it, no one asks about a crash if you have it, because that would be a bad thing for you. So you look at it now, and you see people kind of like, was the stock market come down yet? It's about to come down now. Because why? You don't have it. And if you don't have it, you are the person who becomes future demand later. It's not like you're going to sell it to aliens. So all the dummies who were talking about it's got to come down, we know for sure you don't own it. There's nobody cheerleads something to go off a cliff that they own. So until the fucking majority stops talking that bullshit, price is people. Leg 2 looks like an L. What you trying to say? Hell yeah. It does, doesn't it? You're right. Everything is up in smoke today.
Up in smoke, baby. Crazy how all that on that chart is really just a story unfolding, man. Like you said before. It's crazy.
So I gotta get this right now. Artistic TA. There you go. How could the common man or woman ever know how the market operates if they're so consumed with the day-to-day life and struggles? I don't know if everyone has to know how it works, but I think when you don't know how it works, having a prediction about it means you're an idiot, right? They are at an environmental disadvantage. No, they're just at a cognitive disadvantage, because the bottom line is most people speak without information. All the information you ever need to understand the market's in the market. It's available to you. It's just about how you look at it. Do you take the time to look at it? And do you think about things? Do you ask yourself rational questions? You don't have to be a genius investor, right? Let's play a cool game. All right, so you guys got to participate to help me do this, right? Let's talk about some things. So Fractal Night. I don't know how old you are, but like, tell me some stuff that you've ever bought into. Like, when did you get your first iPhone or Android phone? Or when did you begin shopping at Amazon? Or tell me a restaurant. Anybody in the chat, not just Fractal Night, but I'd love for you to participate. Tell me about some times you first bought a product that you really like, that you still use, that you still buy now. Whether it be a MacBook, whether it be an IBM computer, whether it be any product that's out there. In high school, even when you started using it, stuff that you loved, like clothing that you found that was badass. To 2012 Apple, okay, Mac for you. Okay, so guys, drop me a couple of these in the chat. Let's do some things with this. First iPhone was 2010, okay. Other products too, anything you can think of. Started eating at a restaurant that's popular, anything. Every motherfucker got iPhone example. All right, bitches.
Yeah, everybody's talking about
I got the iPhone example. All right, we're gonna do something with that. So, okay, Samsung V205 camera. Okay, you're gonna get booted because nobody here likes Samsung. God. Sorry, you gotta go. Bye. No, I'm kidding. First iPhone. Pornhub. Gemix, goddammit. I'm pretty sure it's not a stock for Pornhub, asshole. Pizza Hut. After seeing picture looking on MU friend phone.
In and out.
Bought first Yeezys. So you got to put the year you did stuff. Sephora. Who owns Sephora again? Sephora's under. So we get some cool MSI in April 2017. Best Buy in 1997. I want to see that right now. That sounds fucking worth looking at. I remember them. So let's take off logarithmic.
The parent for Sephora is Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Okay, so I thought. So who did the Sephora 2014? So let's just look at some things, right? These are common man stuff. Like, what do you buy? What kind of washing machine do you have? Where do you eat? Just real bullshit shit, right? And forget anything else. Everybody in crypto is like, when's BTC gonna fucking take off? When is shitcoin's gonna fly? we're waiting for this adoption. We want to know when mom and pop are using it. Well, the reality is, if you know, Blockbuster 2003, there's no,
Get out of
you
here.
already know what happened to that one, buddy. I can't get a charge for that. But the reality is, right, adoption is about people using it. Well, by the time you get around to buying an iPhone, are you the first guy on the planet to fucking find out about an Apple iPhone? Or did you show up when everybody realized it was an interesting product? So you have to think about it like that. You know, when did you touch the product? You yourself know when something catches your eye and is worth putting your money into. You know, when did you start using Amazon and starting getting shit delivered to your house and feel comfortable using your credit card online versus going to Walmart or going to the mall? And you're like, I can just ship everything to my fucking house. When did that happen for people? When did you first say, I'm comfortable putting my credit card online and buying stuff and sending it to myself? And you go back and just take your own fucking experiences and look at that. Fuck anybody else. Fuck having to know how, like, you know, balance sheet works or any of that stuff. When did you fucking show that you had fucking joined the adoption curve of the product that you bought? So let's take some of the years and timestamps we have. Louis Vuitton, LV. So Louis Vuitton right here. Let's go get that Sephora one. What year did he say? Or could be a she? I lost track of that one. Where's it? Fucking Pornhub, of course. Where did the Sephora person go? Sephora was 2014, right? See, I lost track of it. Where'd it go?
Oh yeah, 2014.
2014. So do you have a like approximate month? Probably not. Let's just use the whole year. So put this guy on a weekly and let's just mark when you bought Sephora. When did you find out Sephora was a good idea? 2014. Let's just pick the beginning of the year, right? January. Right? That's when you decided to start using Sephora. If you put as much money into the stock as you put in Sephora over the years, what would you have right now? Alright? So that's your street smarts about picking a product. You pick Sephora right there. Congratulations. That's a phenomenal pick to find that brand. Let's check out when some of you got your Apple iPhones, right? Well, Best Buy's still alive. Let's check MURS, the 1987 Best Buy. So this is just, you know, what do you actually know? When you start using things, you do it for a reason. 1990, what do you say? 1997. Best Buy 1997 is, right? What a great timing you found Best Buy at. You're pretty much the stock genius of the century. That's two of you with perfect timing. NVIDIA 2012. You guys got months that would be even more awesome, but it's okay. We can just use the years. NVIDIA 2012. Sorry, fucking laptop's in the way. NVIDIA 2012. What just happened there? Something weird just happened. Okay, I'm tripping. NVIDIA 2012. Right here, so. Congratulations. The last three of you have pretty much the most spectacular timing. Warren Buffett would love to meet you. What are the chances that all of you have like literally the perfect entry in the stock when you bought the thing that you bought? And how many of you remember to check the stock since you were the adoption because you now were one of the consumers? Isn't this silly? Let's grab one of your iPhone examples. World of Warcraft 2014, which is Activision. Alright, Activision has World of Warcraft at that time. ATVI.
2010 iPhone is.
We'll get that too. This is Activision, and where did he say? He's playing World of Warcraft when? 2014.
Yeah, 2014 as well.
So I'm putting them on January. If you guys have specific minds, feel free to give them to me. So there's the January 2014 right here. Look at that. Picture perfect breakout where you fucking decided to start playing World of Warcraft. That's 4 in a row that you motherfuckers have like the greatest timing in the fucking world right now when you decide to pick up these products. Look at the spot. I couldn't pick 4 of these that good if I dreamed about it. What was the timing for the iPhone one?
2010.
There was a 2010 and 2012 one, so we'll mark them both. 2010 iPhone guy is right here in that spot. Perfect breakout, right? Almost in the same location as the last guy was in the last shockwave. And then the 2012 person, go right to the beginning of 2012. There's a retest on your fucking iPhone. Both of you have really great fucking prices at the time you decided to pick up that product. You're in two totally different eras, right? 2 years apart, but your timings were meaningful in both eras. Just when you decided that you liked this product. How many of you have ever thought about looking at, like, you know, Air Jordans, what year? How many of you ever thought about looking at the stocks of the products that you have in your house? Now, do you need to be fucking a Wall Street analyst for this? Or did every one of you pick literally the most stunning fucking points in the price of the products that you picked up? With no fucking knowledge of anything to do with these companies? Right? It's 4 for 4. Some of the most amazing locations you could ever hope to see. Do we have any other products that we can get a GameStop on? Shut up, Spirit of the Bull. You know damn well what happened to GameStop. But let's look at it in 2011. August.
Chipotle.
Chipotle
2011, 2012.
Chipotle 2011 and 2012 and GameStop. When we'll get Spirit of the Bull because he's trying to fuck with me in this because he knows I call the end of this company. But let's see, 2012, maybe you were good there. What did you say, what year? 2011 August.
2011. Yeah, 2011.
Let's see, August. And even for a company that got dusted by fucking Amazon, you suffered a little bit of a pullback when you started fucking around with GameStop, but ultimately you found the next major bull market of GameStop not too far off, right? It only had 2 of these major things before death, and not a horrible location. You might have gotten stock run on this dump bar, but not a horrible location. So, and then he said the other one was somebody said Chipotle. Roku 2016, Crypto AJ, you don't want to see that chart, bro. That's just gonna break your heart. Chipotle 2012, you said?
Yeah, 2011, 2012 is what one.
Damn, son. How many motherfucking burrito bowls did you motherfuckers buy? Look at this shit. Sweet Jesus. In 2012, right there.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the zone. Look at that. Your 2011, 2012 zone, that is the zone of zones. Look at the retest that they got in.
Back, bounce and everything, yeah.
You are a major shareholder in Chipotle, clearly. Clearly, sir. And I would love some of your investment advice on what I should be doing with my capital as far as restaurant business. So you guys are phenomenal, right? So all on the street knowledge. That clear that up, how mom and pop can have a real shot? By using fucking common sense. Oh, the Roku guy. Nintendo 64, 1998. Damn, son, Nintendo. Let's see. I love me some Nintendo. 1998. Damn, son. When did you say it? Nintendo 64, 1998. Look at that. That's a support right there. Look at you. You got crazy timing too. Alright, anybody in here really need me to teach you stuff? You guys like all better at this than I am. Because this is pretty much the most stunning locations and price that anybody could have, and every one of you has it. So you're all quite astute investors. You just didn't realize it. Isn't that nuts? Pretty cool, right? Oh, it's a Z3R Jordans 2009. How you get your first Jordan in 2009? You must be a kid. That's Nike. Oops, Nike.
You say Nikki?
Nike, shut up, bitch. You know what I meant. 2009, yeah, you already know. This is put it in January, that's the bottom. Me being generous, but like you put it back a couple months. There's your fucking Michael Jordan sneakers. Just imagine if you take them, like what are the Jordans, like $149 shoe? If you just stuck the $149 in the stock.
Oh. And you had leverage on there? Oh, come on. Yeah. Ridiculous.
I blocked you for unfollowing me. Trust me, I never just blocked you for unfollowing me. You were somewhere you shouldn't be. I watch data in places you can't imagine. I see you in places you don't know. If you got blocked, you earned it. So if you're here to bitch about it after the amount of time that's been, you're going to catch it again. Don't walk in here with that stupid shit. No one cares. Dear Mo. So let's see, that was awesome. Okay, Nintendo 64, February. What was he saying? Afterpay 2018. Afterpay? I don't know what that is. You mean PayPal? Rusty? I don't know what that is. What's Afterpay? The Roku chart. Well, Roku just IPO'd, but dude, I swear to God, I thought this fucking TV was the biggest pile of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hate Rokus so much.
So you definitely got a Yeezy February 2015, so that'd be Adidas.
So Roku isn't trading until fucking end of 2017. But yeah, if you're early adopter on fucking Roku, bro, it's fucking like ridiculous. It's like the Beyond Meat of television. I don't know if that analogy works, but you get my meaning. Um,
Oh, Afterpay's and Oz.
League of Legends. I don't know who makes League of Legends. I don't know.
Let me check.
I don't play that game. Um, yeah.
Riot.
Riot Games, don't know them. But like, yeah, it's not the point that you like bought the stocks. It's to show you like when you were the adopter, and you know, by the time something gets popular for you to go like, I think I want to go to like have lunch at Chipotle with my friends. By the time all you and your friends are cool enough to go to Chipotle, Chipotle is adopted. By the time you think it's a good idea to go to Best Buy to find the electronics you need, Best Buy is adopted. That's adoption. Unless you're the fucking 1 million, Einstein in the planet who decided that fucking iPhone was a genius move in 2010 and they were barely selling, then, no, it wouldn't work. But by the time you hear about it, unless you're the fucking Einstein of the system, most everybody's there. So the products you buy are a great starting place to fucking do some research because you know why you're buying there. Anyway, you have more information to go there than anywhere else. So, it's an intelligent move to make. Unless the restaurant's gonna fucking serve you E. coli, you should definitely keep check out what's going on. Don't get me wrong, Chipotle did hit some motherfuckers with E. coli. But they weathered the storm, so that was cool.
Actually, League of Legends was 10 cent. Or Riot Games, and then the parents
okay.
is 10 cent.
Let's see, Grand Theft Auto 2006. That's Take-Two. I know them.
Rockstar?
That's Take-Two Interactive. Oops.
Okay.
Shut up. Alright, Rockstar. Take-Two, what do you say? 2006? Grand Theft Auto 2006. Let's see how good an investor you were to find this game maker at that time.
Alright, somebody here is gonna call something, and it's like...
It's gonna be Armageddon. No, bitch. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is one of the craziest things you show people. It'll always blow them away. Be like, motherfucker, I should have bought the damn stock, not the game. So we'll go back to January 2006. See, whether the housing market
never showed me.
Look at that, yeah. So you did run through the housing bubble. You might not have the greatest timing when you decide to become a gamer. But if you weathered the storm and mined to the level that you bought, you became a really good resistance. And you just have to wait for him to clear, and then you can play him. Like, when we talked about fucking guys breaking resistance, like right here, his first try, you could play him out. So maybe you get stopped out, but you get a second shot. But Take-Two is a good call too. Pretty amazing. Thanks, Tan Guy, on the bits. I don't know what's happened to the sound effect of that. It's supposed to be having fucking conniption. Walmart, January 2016, downloading their app. So Walmart's making some crazy moves on fucking Amazon, trying to really keep pace. They're going for the same day delivery shit too. It's gonna be crazy when you can get all your groceries the day you buy them online. That's pretty wild.
You keep talking about Amazon doing 1 hour delivery.
Amazon's talking about within 4 hours or some shit. I don't know about 1 hour, so that could be mind blowing to pull that trick off. Where is it? What did he say? Walmart, January 2016, downloading. Walmart, January 2016 is January 2016.
Oh, it's right there. The bottom, like
right there. This is the opening of that bar. Perfect timing again. What the hell happened to it? There it is.
Nice. That's a knife cast, right? No?
Look at all the locations of when you decided that you wanted to use a product. Every fucking one of you have crazy locations, except for the dude who got fucking Take-Two.
If he was patient enough, he would have made it, but yeah.
So anyways, you guys get the point, right? So this is dealing with Fractal Knight's idea, like how does the people on the street have a chance? You're the fucking consumer. You have more of a chance than you realize, right? And all information is already in the system. It's just a matter of how you look at it that you can make use of it. That's why I always say perspective matters. Most people lack that.
You got BJ's Brew House, 2003.
BJ's Brew House. Let me see if I can find that stock. I saw something up here. I just lost track. Crypto AJ, McDonald's 1982. All right, come on, bro. I think it's the same year I went to them first on a vacation in New York. There, like 83. Mickey D's. You already know this kind of span of time what you're gonna get, but again, right? Put all them fucking Happy Meals into this fucking stock. This just fucking makes you dated, son. You don't let anybody know you're fucking back here. For the fucking Challenger accident. Sweet Jesus. Look, you fucking bought McDonald's so long ago, motherfucker, I had to use a logarithmic chart to see it. That's fucking crazy. Look at that. Damn, son. Look at that. Oh, now you can see the bull, the fucking shockwave down there. You couldn't see that bitch. Look at that guy. Clear as day, right? Boom. Next fucking flag up here. Looks like Bitcoin, don't it? Mickey D's bull market. Going strong. From inception. Looks like that looks like a recession too, doesn't it? Yeah, buddy. Recession. Ah! Anyways, money comes, you know. You have time in recessions to fucking figure something out. When the world began to unfold in 2008, people knew what the fuck was happening in that last quarter. Anyways, so yeah, good examples, good examples. Thanks for that. Thanks for playing. Oh, BJ's Brewhouse. Yeah, I won't leave you hanging. I'll get that done. BJ's, is BJ's trade? BJ's restaurant, yeah, BJ, right. And when you say BJ's Brewhouse Restaurant 2003 was my first full-time job in college, paying my way through school, and that shit was blowing up. I loved working there. Their food was bomb, and microbrew wasn't even a thing yet. Let's see. Don't think they traded since then. Yeah, they did. Okay, since he said 2003, and he's in school in 2003. So let's just say it's summer of 2003 for you, right? Or no? How many people start school? They start in the fall, right? Usually. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess that you start in the fall. Okay, so we'll put you. You know, it's either here or back here. When do you start? Fall, right? So when you discovered BJ Brewhouse, would have been like, this is September. This is probably at school with most normal people. And there's BJ's Brewhouse. Never fails, right? Because by the time you and your friends hear about it being the new hip thing to do or whatever cool thing to do, I said hip like I'm fucking 90. But by the time you hear it's a good fucking idea, right? A lot of people have adopted that product. So this is common sense fucking investing.
Facebook 2007 and Toyota 2000.
Facebook 2007 is, well, he's trading from this point. And you would get that in Toyota. What did he say, 2004? You never notice that everywhere you guys are seems to be a pretty interesting level, at least for swings or resistance and support. There's Toyota, and so on. So you guys are all product geniuses in the entire channel. None of you gave me a shitty stock, notice? Not one of you. What are the chances of that? Every stock you guys gave me was a winner just now. Doesn't that seem kind of nuts? And like a big fucking winner from the point at which you found it. All y'all. Badass. What are you gonna say?
Really bad. Because like you could be like in anything right now, like whatever product that you're using, you probably could be that.
TEDx joined Twitter in November 2017.
We make up the charts, all right. Spirit of the bull.
November 2017, he said, and way too high time frame for that guy. November. There you are. And yeah, perfect spot. Literally the best. I mean, it's like you guys fucking look at the charts. Like, think about where you say this stuff. All your spots are like mind blowing. Makes you think of what you're looking at right now, right? And you also got to think about the time of life you were in too when you adopted this, right? College age, playing video games. You were at an age where you were aware of a lot of things that were trendy, You're a teenager. Teens all know about all the kids knew about Fortnite before any of us did, right? Because they're all fucking they're just into that technology. We're all busy in our adult lives, so we don't have the ability to kind of look as closely. But in college, you've got endless amounts of time, like when you get there, to know all of the fucking hot spots to go to. That's all you're about. So you know that BJ's is a good spot, and everybody knows about it before everyone knows microbrews. So you're actually ahead of the microbrew curve because of your age. Fortnite or World of Warcraft, all those things is because you know what the hottest games are, and you're in the connected world. So that age also, you were highly aware of shit that 35-year-old investors like Fortnite. The hell is that? And that's an advantage. Analysts don't know which game are the hot ones. You guys as teenagers knew better. Kia, T-Mobile. Does Kia have a stock over here? Kia Motors.
T-Mus, right?
Yeah. Huh? T-Mus is T-Mobile, yeah. Let me see, what did he say for Beyond Burger? Kia 2016. Probably just do one more of these and then we'll be done with it. But Kia 2016. Oh, did you find the one fucking apocalypse? Look at you son of a bitch. Well, this is over in Korea, so go fuck yourself. Buy American. Horrible investing.
Kia Sorrento.
Kia Sorrento. Wrap that bitch around the telephone post and be done with it. This is a T-Mus. What did he say? T-Mobile 2008. Well, it's a financial crisis, so it's going to be phenomenal. 2008. Put it in January. Somewhere in this shitstorm, right? There's your T-Mobile. Look at it. It's like the same thing, Great level. And there's your bull market of T-Mobile.
America.
Buying American basically means buying Chinese, so whatever. So. Oh, I meant to start this off as a joke to go talk about fucking seasons and weed. Damn, I forgot about that guy. Whoops. Shit happens. Post-production issues. Or pre-production issues. Whatever the fuck. You know what's going on. Shut up, Henry. There's not a lot of moving parts. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
So many.
Close enough. So you guys got any questions? Covered some interesting stuff, right? And try to keep it simple, just to see no highfalutin, nothing about balance sheets or any of that stuff or debt. Just what's adoptable, and when did you adopt it? And remember, again, it's important. Some of the stuff we talked about, you guys are probably in teens or iPhone in 2010. That's a long time ago. So. Like myself, I'm 40. I don't necessarily know what the cutting edge game's going to be. Even when my son started playing Fortnite, I didn't really look for well over a month or two. What the fuck is that? So we're slower to kind of realize shifting trends. We also will experience time differently as we age. So there's a sweet spot for when you really are in the heart of the moment and you know the trends that are going on in the world around you, and then things kind of change as you age a bit. So. Part of understanding what you just did there is well, how old are you when you made that call, and are you still in touch like you used to be? That's important. But what you're seeing there is at the first point you said, man, this is a great product. Wow, this is a great phone. Wow, I like this service to deliver my food. If you're not the first guy to think of that at that moment, then that's the moment of adoption, right, when it hits you.
Yeah.
So that's what you see in that chart. That's actually adoption. And that also means you motherfuckers weren't scarce. You showed up with everybody else. So PS3, November 2000. Yeah, if you take anything tech down there near the internet depths of hell, you already know. Atari 1983. Get the fuck out of here. Peace outside. I had that 2600. That shit was this fucking jam, son. Get wrecked at fucking Defender and Asteroids. We started those bull markets. Do you look at Twitch analytics? It helps show your game trends. I look at what's popular on there. Obviously, Fortnite dominates, and I'm thinking when Call of Duty hits, it's going to be something serious. Call of Duty, and is probably the last best shot of anything that's a shooter to give a fucking real fucking threat to Fortnite. And Fortnite's been clever. They do some really fucking timely updates that keeps their audience stuck to that game. and they're about to fucking drop some crazy update right now in front of the release of Call of Duty to try and sack them. They did a good job of fucking Apex right up the ass, you know. Apex came out with a few innovations, they stole that shit, put in some crazy shit in the game, then nerfed it, and that psychologically sucks in their community to believe that they're really attentive devs. So watch when Call of Duty drops, you'll probably see fucking a humongous update come out of Fortnite and do enough to fucking keep their audience from fucking wanting to even look at fucking Call of Duty. And that's going to be the war right there, Activision versus Tencent. So should be interesting to watch. Call of Duty is going to go for hyperreal, and you know, Fortnite's the fantasy game. I think right now hyperreal has failed to work because if you're seeing graphics, no matter how good they look, if it still looks like graphics, it's graphics. So if you're gonna fucking bother at all, you might as well go with the fantasy. So should be an interesting time. We talked about games inside inside church over in Discord, and definitely some interesting stuff that's coming in the gaming market. We could probably close out with that. Let's see how much time are we running right now. Hour and 46. So I've been getting told attention spans suffer. The amount of content I put in this stuff, generally you guys are having a hard time taking it all in and shit. So maybe I shouldn't kill you with a 2-hour movie every time. I'll try to do another stream maybe in a day or two, and I will go over gaming markets. Because right now gaming markets are going to get really fucking fascinating with Google Stadia streaming entering the market, Apple Arcade. They're not great games, but there's just a lot of supply now of places to play games. So, home platforms are going to face challenges from mobile gaming, and there's just flat out so many devices out there in the mobile world. It really opens up a totally different kind of opportunity coming at you. The current update is unpopular with players actually, but those are mostly adults. Right, the kids hate that mech. The mech is overpowered, they nerfed the mech, but they tweaked the game in some interesting ways, right? They put the mech in, it can kill everybody, then they nerf the mech, and people are like, well, thank God for doing that. And it kind of gives you oh my God, Fortnite. Oh, thank you, Fortnite. Oh my fucking God, Fortnite. And it keeps on fucking with the psychology of their fucking players to keep them fucking there. That's what they're really doing. They're just jerking them around and keeping them there so they won't fucking leave the ecosystem. But there's some leaks on Reddit that there might be literally a completely new map in Fortnite. If they drop a completely new fucking map in Fortnite right in front of Call of Duty, then I'm telling you, they're tactically taking out all their enemies in the most clever way I've ever seen. And clip that shit in case you see that happen, because I'm telling you, you're gonna see something ridiculous drop right in front of fucking Call of Duty, and then they're gonna fix whatever the fuck pisses off the community, and no one's gonna want to look at Call of Duty. I think Call of Duty will still be a success, but they're gonna try to really fucking hurt them as much as they can. So Tier 3, or the Church of Jesus Christ, is something different than Twitter Discord, right? Twitter Discord is a free channel that you have to get into by being patient enough to find the links here in the stream or in Facebook group where we drop them also. And we're trying to endeavor to cut down on the racist trolls from Twitter that keep coming in there and hurling insults and doing nasty stuff. We have that problem. So huh?
That right there is not scarce at all.
Not scarce at all, right. So Tier 3 is different than Twitter Discord. Twitter Discord is all voice concept calls. It's more advanced than that what we do in Church of Jesus Christ, so we do Zooms where we look at other things, off air. We cover a ton, here, there, everywhere. We don't make it short. We're not trying to leave you disadvantaged if you're not in one place or the other. I provide ridiculous amounts of info wherever you go, whether it's one of these fucking streams or it's a conversation in Twitter Discord or it's in the church. If you pay attention to what we're trying to explain to you, you're going to be in a better place than you were the day before. You're going to know more than the you before and have a chance to outcompete the you before. And that's all you're trying to do is get better than you yesterday. So I don't try to put it where you have to chase it down and find it. I do make you do some work to figure out what we do, but there is a ton of shit for you on the blog that you could spend half a year on, and you don't have to pay a cent. You can just go over there and do some research. Twitter Discord, like I said, is about patience though. So we're kind of allow people in, get them used to the ecosystem, and then we can let more in. was the next one? Damn, everyone pumping it up on 22. 5G autonomous vehicles, subscription service games. Right, Gem X. So you're in church and you've heard that, right? Mobile gaming has got a hell of a bump with what you see coming out of Apple. You got all these 900 million iDevices out there, and everyone can play in a car, that now drives itself. It's gonna change the gaming landscape when people are commuting and playing games, and there's enough 5G to have a decent connection all over the place where being at home isn't a big fucking deal. Maybe I can do a crash course. We can do 10 minutes. I can wrap this up in there, and I'll give you guys something cool to look at in this. Stop it, you crazy device. One sec. Stop being crazy.
Thanks for the bits, Tan Guy.
Oh, there's no sound effect. Yeah, thanks, Tan Guy. There it is. First 25, bitches, be quick. Click. So I put link in Facebook, put link over here. So if you get it, you get it, and we'll probably intro tomorrow when I get off of here. So 151, we'll wrap this up in 2 hours. Okay. So let's talk about the games. So Stadia is Google's streaming, and Stadia and Apple both pretty much don't have any devs that we care about making shit. So that's a problem. But I think I know what the strategy is. So let's go pull up some of this stuff here. Stadia. Was it right? That's how you spell that shit? Right.
And you got one that clicked it and getting a ban message.
From Stadia?
No. The one who clicked the link.
Oh, if you got banned, that was probably for being in there and becoming super inactive and getting booted. So if you go in the room just to lurk, we kick you right back out. There's no point of having you come to a voice channel you don't plan to speak on and don't show for it. Then I just have a bunch of dead animals in the room. I don't want that. So if you come in and don't use it, you lose it. You'll never appreciate anything unless you can actually lose it. That's kind of something, So it says you were banned. When did I get on the Discord? You probably got in there and didn't do dick with it. A whole bunch of people did that, and we fucking banned them all off for clogging up the channel because we want active people. You can put something in front of a person, and everyone will value it differently. Many people get into a room that people waited a year to get into, and I've made it free to get in there, but you do have to wait. And they get in and don't do anything with it, which is fucking crazy. What up, bro, Hannah? Haven't seen you in a while. I just want to get Stadia's imagery up. I don't need to get like the whole fucking bullshit. Let's see. Where's the picture of this piece of shit? Man, what the hell? Oh, I don't have a video. Uno momento. Just leave that there. It's Stadia's controller, and then let's get Apple shit. And I thought this was pretty cool. I looked through this a little bit. Where'd it go? iPad. What's the stupid fucking arcade thingy? Ah, damn it. Where'd the Apple Arcades preview go? They took that off? Let's see. Maybe it's under here. I thought it was right here with the... That's the iPad. It's in here somewhere. I've seen that shit. Okay. No, that's a stupid chip. Okay, see this? This is a prediction I made quite some time ago. Everyone said mobile gaming wouldn't work because touchscreen is fucking, impossible. What happens if you get a controller to go with that fucking iPad Pro?
Yeah.
Now you got something with the horsepower, this new iPad that's pretty close to a PlayStation 4, and it works with the PlayStation 4 controller. Fuck your life. I'm in the car right now playing that bitch. That's a game changer. The amount of fucking iDevices on the planet, and this is the move they made. Fuck making the controller. all these PlayStation 4 controllers are instantly fucking controllers for everything to fucking kill the fucking Sony PlayStation right now. Now, the only problem is that the Apple Arcade has probably a shit roster of games dropping with it because there's no real devs that are willing to make this shit for them. But I don't think the market is to go get, like, my son off of Fortnite, right? What does every parent do to keep their kid quiet? Throws a fucking iDevice in the back seat and, like, shut up, here, play this. Dude, when everyone, like, that's 5 through, like, 8 years old gets entrenched on fucking mobile device gaming that has horsepower like a fucking PlayStation, they won't ever miss a PS4 or a Microsoft Xbox. They'll grow up in an era where they can be in transit playing something with this kind of horsepower with a controller that's just like home. You get a whole new genre a few years behind my son that when they get to like 13 and 12, 13 years old, there is a really saturated marketplace for fucking options to play games. Yeah, you can connect both Xbox and PS4s. Not so both of them. So it says it right on the screen. So what up, Thomas?
On the screen.
I'm not? Oh, that's a problem. Damn. Thanks for letting me know. My bad, guys.
He's trying to share.
This. So I'm on Apple's site. My bad. So went into Apple's release, and you go looking here. You guys let me know that shit. So yeah, right here. This is a big deal. I can now take an iPad, and you know the iPad Pro is pretty fucking large. You give this to like a fucking 8-year-old kid and under, and this fucking controller, bro, it's game over. He look at this, the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation. There is so much choice. I didn't realize I didn't show you guys Stadia either. My bad. So Stadia, same thing, right? So everyone's gone with the Microsoft Xbox or iPhone, PlayStation controller. Like, look down here. Look at this guy, what he's doing. You know, they're gonna let these controllers connect to every device, to your phone, to everything. Look, this is bonkers, right? Wow. So now everybody has the familiar control that's been adopted by fucking home console game makers, and now you have crazy selection because between Android and iOS devices, you've got north of 2 billion people that have their hands on this shit. It's almost as big as the ecosystem of Facebook. So mobile gaming is the fucking thing, right? Console gaming is like literally about to go the way of Blockbuster, video if they're not careful, because the amount of horsepower you have on the go and the controller now allows you to have a market that never could exist. Get autonomous vehicles, get 5G, and fucking you have the end of home console gaming. I'm on 5G in a car riding through fucking LA, and I can play fucking like with low latency from the EV. Fucking game over. You've got 2 billion mobile fucking players out there. So this is big. Apple doesn't show up until the technology is ready to be settled. Like, they're not innovators, right? We know that. They simplify things, but they don't really like overly innovate much. He's got 1 million devices out there that he wants you to basically treat like an annuity and fucking funnel money to them. Old devices, new devices, everything plugged into Apple Store is their fucking like real bread and butter. So by the time they're willing to fucking sit down and have 100 games pre-developed for a launch like this, you have to think about what's their real strategy, because they want it to be adoptable. They want everyone on here. Well, who's gonna adopt a fucking iPhone and iPad market that has no title that anyone's ever heard of? Their titles are fucking terrible, right? Fucking Frogger is back from the 1980s. Who the fuck wants Frogger, right? But that's not even the point. I wish I could find a roster of games they had. Learn about Apple TV. Where's the fucking game?
Take your one for like Capcom. It was like Shinsekai.
I have to go find their game roster. Oh, maybe it's down here still. What's this? Take your to-do list. I think it's in here somewhere actually. Let me see if it pops up. And for everyone. Escape. Potential. Let me know if you see it. Fucking pencil monkey. It was on the same page, but they moved stuff around. Anyways, the games are shitty, but the target market I don't think is fucking my age or my son's age. I think it's the generation coming next and entrench them in mobile gaming this way. They just never will make it to the PC or anything else. They won't need to. The horsepower they're walking around with in their hands is good enough. But it's a huge marketplace. The world has been gamified. People my age play games, and people down to 5 years old, 3 years old play games. You slide forward 5 years, and it's crazy. There are people above my age still playing too. You're pretty much gonna have 50-year-olds down to fucking 3-year-olds in the gaming market here in the next couple of years. That's bonkers. That is a huge, huge, huge fucking marketplace. And when Tencent's able to put $3 billion down in one game, that's why all these motherfuckers are here. Streaming is going crazy. Apple is going to be streaming at $4.99 a month for fucking TV. Think about that. $4.99, you can't get a fucking Happy Meal and a drink for that fucking price. Netflix is up at $15. They've undercut Netflix by fucking 2/3. It's probably monopoly fucking tactics using other business segments to get to that price. But then you've got Disney sitting in the market at $69, who's been undercut by Apple. So I have multiple streamers, huge fucking companies entering the market with Amazon, with Netflix. I have streaming games off the cloud. You know, you're going to get to the point where people get to play the game. Stadia's whole thing is that the games will be updated on their computers and you always play a game ready to go. I personally can't stand seeing a 4 fucking gig patch update. This shit looks fucking crazy. It's like takes a week just to get to play shit. People want it now. I can pick up and just play now. It's ready to go and it's over the air. It's low latency, good enough to blow them the fuck it. That's what you're going to get. So it's an interesting times coming.
Yeah, because that's definitely ruined. When we like get together and try to play, it's like you, Burger, or me would have like updates, and I'll be like, fuck.
Right. Every time we haven't played in like fucking like a few weeks, the game has like fucking patch the size of my ass. It's fucking crazy. So like you sit there, it's like, all right, we're done trading. Oh, it's an hour and fucking like life. It'd be nice to just like right now I've got a little window, pick up my device and it's fucking games ready or Stadia, whatever. The game's good to go. Fuck it. Time is money, right? And people don't have time to sit there and do that. So bigger and bigger fucking patches to download, it's gonna need to be over the air, on a cloud where it's already done, and you get to cut all that bullshit out on the the consumer end. So going to 2020, you have like crazy technologies coming together, right? We're in the era of space cache. We're gonna talk about that in another show. We're in an era of like rapidly changing technologies in multiple places, from EVs, autonomous technology, VR, AR. Apple's looking to be working on Air Glass for 2021, possibly, with some patent filings. Augmented reality is going to become fucking like a major, major thing out there in the marketplace. And you have a whole bunch of fusions of these technologies and evolutions that will come once these become mainstay in the marketplace. I think going to 2020, it's going to finally start looking like the future we thought was supposed to have happened from the late 90s, when they had shows like Beyond 2000 that told us how amazing the future would be. I guess it should have been Beyond 2020 because everybody's slow as shit. But yeah, 2000 has been been a real big disappointment. iPhone and social media is the biggest things you've got in the last fucking 15 years out of this shit box. It's crazy. So, anyhow, he hate me. Respect on the bit, sir. Appreciate you. So that's a bit of a crash course in this idea to think about it, and in that world, like I think, gaming, the game makers like GameStop, yeah, this guy's dead. The physical store, he's dying a slow fucking death. But the online gaming world is something serious, You look at guys like, one guy that we talked about before long ago, Zynga, he has rights to Star Wars through Disney. Disney, right now, mobile gaming platform, a Star Wars fucking game that could hit fucking 2 billion mobile game players, could suck ass and still fucking bring in a windfall, It could be the worst thing in history. But who gives a shit? The distribution platform is now massive. When you think about home console and what's out in the mobile sphere, there's a legitimate fucking marketplace. Mobile gaming is a legitimate fucking place now. The gamers that are available to this fucking new fucking evolving market are the biggest thing since Facebook, There's more people there than fucking China. So, something to think about. So, that was a good recap. Did I get inside 10 minutes? I might have. Ha! Almost. Found out I can download and play Fortnite on Xbox. Yeah, that's great. Oh, and Android. Interesting. Beyond 2000, I just dated myself. You remember that show, though? That show made you think like the future was coming any fucking minute. And then the flying car, I swear to God, if somebody showed me that flying car another fucking time, I'll kung fu chop him in the throat. I've been waiting for that stupid car from fucking 1994 in Popular Mechanics. It has never gotten here.
Oh my God, the stuff from Popular Mechanics. I remember that stuff.
Popular Mechanics was like Field of Dreams for fucking nerds, and nothing in that damn magazine would ever come the fuck out. And nothing would come out Beyond 2000. It was like, fuck, man.
Really got your hopes up, man.
And I can dock my S9 and plug in the keyboard mouse just like PC gaming. Gotta cut this out. I'll pull this up and catch the rest of it tomorrow. Well, I'm rapping, so you're good, Murs. Hope you learned something. You guys got any questions before I go? I covered like smorgasbord of shit. You guys want to ask about anything before I wrap? I'm done on like content just because I think it's like more than enough for this show.
Somebody's
Um,
gonna ask, what's a smorgasbord?
does it feel like it was 2 hours? I mean, you cover a lot of shit, right? Can you imagine? It's hard to watch a movie for 2 hours, but I have fun doing this. So I like covering all this stuff. It gives us all stuff to think about and talk about tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys too. Um, the trading examples of when you guys picked up assets, I think that was fucking phenomenal, man. And we're gonna do an evolution on that in the next show. I'll show you how to think like using that, to find ideas, more so than the things you did in the past. Kaz and Mutley. So you know that Chuckles and Mutley, he's both of them, right? He's both Chuckles and Mutley. I'm still Kaz the entire time. This, anybody tuning like this is a financial show? These people are idiots. I can't be Chuckles' asshole. Shut up. He's Chuckles and Mutley. He's both of them.
Remember, there's up and smoke,
Yeah,
alright?
fucking tears in my eyes, bro. It's fucking funny as hell. So,
And no, what's it called? No Ivy showing today.
no, Abby's an ass down boy. She's on her lazy shit right now. Kid Icarus, yeah, I played that. I wasn't a big Kid Icarus fan or Mega Man or any of that stuff or Metroid. I didn't like those. He's Chuckles and he's Mutley. He's both of them.
Me, myself, and I, Vicky.
Any thoughts on the PlayStation 5? So Sony's had some like really shitty timing across their lifespans, with the way they tried to like go after certain mediums and stuff. And I feel like they've always tried to assert their dominance in a way that like they have more control over the industry than they really do, but they think they have greater control. Sony's PlayStation 5 runs into like a full blown, and its stock looks good. Runs a full blown bull market in mobile gaming. Once Stadia and these things are out in the marketplace, there's gonna be enough time for those guys to get out there and people to get on it, and then have Sony hit with like a super duper version of what's out there for even greater hyper real and VR, gaming. I still think headsets are a problem. Wearing heavy shit on your face, no one likes it. Stuff is getting smaller. Google has like an interesting, much smaller VR glass that they're working on, but the home console keeps you like centralized, right? And I think as far as like horsepower goes, a pure gaming machine is still fucking something, but you have enough competition that they don't have exclusivity on the gaming market to really keep you there now. If they get any good developers, they really hurt Sony bad, to keep anybody specifically on that platform. Sony has been reluctant to do cross-platform gameplay, and until fucking Fortnite really fucked everybody up, they didn't fucking decide to like do it. They take too long to react. So it really depends. Apple wouldn't come here if they didn't think they could take a major chunk out of the gaming market, and the amount of devices that people hold, they're likely going to do it. So I think Apple's play is for the younger generation that naturally grows up playing with these devices from mom and dad for learning products and shit like that. And you end up with a PlayStation 5 that walks into a market where certain users just won't care it exists, and their entire known world of gaming starts on a mobile device and probably ends there. So you have literally a few billion people that Sony, the mobile game guys can go after and cripple their psychology before this product hits and gets entrenched. I think you're on the last legs of the super gaming home console with the PS5.
Yeah.
Customer for life.
Somebody's really asking, compare your followers in 2015, 2016
In what way?
to today. I have no idea. That's what Crypto Pop just said.
That would need more context, like in what way to compare them.
Eisen, that's exactly right. I'm chuckling just like Mutley.
That's the joke. He chuckles like Mutley. That's exactly it. Can't take credit for that. That's Bandicoot.
Yes, that Irish.
Cool. So I think that's a good spot to leave off on. I think you guys got a lot to go over. And, rewatch and look at some of the stuff. It was really simple. We covered some good topics from markets and stuff like that. Um, oh yeah.
Hedging.
Huh?
To your the hedging technique and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll briefly touch on that. I know I didn't give you guys your BTC fix today, right? Shame on me for that. I know you motherfuckers are about to have a fucking seizure if I don't say something about Bitcoin. Yeah, get that out. I'm on the wrong chart for this. That's not Bitcoin. Calm your boots. How's their TA on which exchange is that? That was on Binance. So, onto the old fractal that is still taking shape, taking its time. Till further notice, right, the shockwave is not really clearing. But he hasn't driven in any new lows down here. Let me get this fucking overlay off real quick. So, better thing to look at, right? So, we know where Roger's ass is, part 2. He's past my timing for D's nuts, but the target level is still a risk. The floor at pleb ejection is pretty stable to support this fucking, the shockwave you've got here. He's declining. He's coming to a point that, he's gonna exit sooner than later. But for now, while he's doing this, you've seen how shockwaves work, right? Let him finish what the fuck they're doing. And let him get out of this and you can play it. If you play around in the shockwave, you get shocked to fucking death. And I warn people about that. Each week I put the show up about this. Like, it's dangerous to play in the shockwave. Unless you're accumulating here and you're playing for a much larger swing and a much larger resolution, this particular resolution here is going to require a couple other things for you to actually play inside the shockwave. And it's going to require that you're swinging this in a much higher time frame where the movements inside the shockwave aren't going to be as meaningful to your overall risk. So this guy needs time yet to fucking resolve himself, and even if he gets up to Rogers, ass part 2 or down to these nuts, he's still gonna, give you a structure that's gonna give you an opportunity to make a decision. Patience is king. He's just not ready, and altcoins, fishing for those guys while, waiting never-endingly, like we told you before, right? Litecoin, this is where everyone's hoping for, like a bounce. He's in a location I told you he could stabilize. He did hold, actually since the last show. This is literally where the last show was. And he pushed up a little bit, and he had some shitcoins bounce. But I told you you're in an area that was worth watching. But the bottom line is you're in a bear market in shitcoin. And it's not your best bet. It's not the thing that you are hunting for. And you have a raging bull market in the stocks, and you're running trying to find the bottom of fucking shitcoins because you believe. Belief is the death of intelligence. Be rational. Increase the risk, increase the odds being in your favor and decrease the risk by playing in tides that are already existing that, you have just a better chance of winning, or if the market turns against you, it doesn't fucking murder you. It's just irrational to do it. So I know I have these baskets of shitcoins you can overlay on top of it. Where the hell did I put them? I don't know where it is. Oh, 2.0, that guy. These are all different capitalizations of shitcoins. And so this is like, they're just weak. They're just bleeding. They are only in bear fucking situations, from 2018, that's every fucking market cap of shitcoins coming down off a fucking bridge. And this is what people are saying when alt season, bro, you're buying a bear market. Everyone made money in 2017 because they weren't doing this. So, there's a bull market somewhere, you just gotta go find it, right? Jim Cramer says that, it's not my quote. But the reality is it's true. It's all a matter of perspective and how you look at this, right? You might be a bull market right in front of your face and you don't even fucking know it. So, patience is a virtue. Don't fucking fight the tide. Make your life easier, not harder,
Yep. We had one guy come in not realizing what this place is. Swampy CSGO. He's asking what's he talking about?
Where I didn't see the Swampy CSGO said, what are we talking about right now? We're just doing an ending wrap. You'd have to watch the show to catch up on that. No worries. But anyways, beat the bitch. Yep, full moon around the corner. It's actually on Friday the 13th of all fucking things. So if you're fucking superstitious, have fun. But yeah, Friday the 13th's actually got a full moon on it, and we are in a crazy month, September, with crazy headlines coming out of Trump. If there was ever a time to watch for incoming volatility because of a lunar cycle, this is definitely a month with timing to do it. So remember, full moons don't mean up or down. They just mean increased emotions, which increases volatility in assets that humans with emotions touch. So movement is something you determine, by looking at the chart, looking at the stock price, looking at time frames, things we talk about in the show. Know there's a chance for movement and know how to analyze the structure of price and determine if it's leaving ranges that are meaningful for you to participate or not. That's about it. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap on that note, dudes. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate the participation in the show. Appreciate the bits from everybody. Had a lot of fun with that example. When we come back, we'll actually build on that example we did with where you guys picked up things, that you picked up as consumers and so on. We'll advance that idea some more in the next one. So good shit. Chuckles Mutley. I love that fucking name, dude. It's so good. Alright, guys. So take care. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, love, and hair grease. Not in that order.